very good morning to all the participants. I welcome you all to the second day of the two-day webinar on capacity building for life science students, organized by the students of the Department of Microbiology, Ethiraj College for Women. The topic for today is entrepreneurship opportunities for life science students. I would like to introduce the speaker for today's session. The speaker for today is Dr. Saumini Kumaran. Dr. Saumini Kumaran is the founder of Proteogene Biotech LLP, a Chennai-based biotech service sector in protein biological field. She has a PhD in life sciences from the University of Zurich, Switzerland, and postdoctoral fellowship from Rutgers University, New Jersey, USA. She worked as a research fellow in Dr. Raghavan Maradalajan's lab, IISc, Bangalore. Her scientific background spans from molecular biology to structural biology. She has a very good experience in molecular biology, microbiology, bioinformatics, and immunology. Her passion is to work on the practical applications of proteins, the biological workhorses. She founded PGB in July 2017. The company seeks to provide cost effective research services in gene cloning, site directed mutagenesis, recombinant protein production and purification, specifically labeled, and C13N15 labeled protein production and bacterial metabolite synthesis to pharmaceutical and biotechnology industries. The company also provides PCR, RT-PCR, DNA sequencing services, primer designing, antimicrobial assay, and microbial identification services. I now request you to take over the session, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thanks, Bhavani. Thanks for the nice intro, and thank you very much for the Ethiraj team, for inviting me for this lecture, the webinar series. And yeah, maybe we can start now the presentation.
Yes,
So the screen is visible now, right?
yes, ma'am. It's
Yeah. So good morning, everyone, and today I would like to talk about this entrepreneurship opportunities for the life science students, from my experience, whatever the fields would be suitable, in this scenarios, for the life science students, So briefly, I would like to talk about my company, which is Proteogeny Biotech LLP. We are a biotech service sector company. We mainly do this recombinant cloning, protein production work, and then we do also specifically labeled proteins for NMR and the mass spec work, so. And then we also do bacterial metabolite synthesis, for example, some lipopolysaccharides, whatever the metabolites which we can get from bacteria, which can be used for further many industries, and then we also do other related molecular biology services sequencing, RT-PCR, PCR studies, and some microbiological services as well, so this is our core services, mainly the major service is the protein expression and purification, and these are our related services which we do in our lab. And yeah, so let me go into this topic. So entrepreneurship in simple definition, it means a process of creating something new, assuming the risk as well as the rewards, because it involves risk, but the rewards are also very fruitful. So it's like a process of creating something new. So before going into the topic, I should want to clarify some myths about the entrepreneurship, because these are the main points which inhibits many people to become an entrepreneur. They think the entrepreneurs are born, they are they should come from a business family or something like that, but in today's world it's not like that. Many new first generation entrepreneurs are coming and they are becoming very successful, so that's not a it's not true that it has to run in our family. So entrepreneurs are high risk takers, they put all the money in one basket and then they lose everything, that kind of idea is also there, but this is also not true. They take calculated risk, assuming the rewards. So it's not fully a risk taking business, and it takes a lot of money to start a business. That is also especially in this science field, that's also a very common thinking. But like this famous Thyrocare Labs, you might have been like knowing about this company. Like they started with very minimum capital, but they are like now like it's like around 3,300 crores turnover company business. So, but they started, I think, like with 1 lakh or something like that. So it's also like at this point, like there are many incubators also, like which cuts down their cost for the biotechnology business. So it's not like very true in a sense, like in current scenarios. And then there are also like myth that entrepreneurs are in it for the money. They are only like money minded people. That's not also the case, because so many inventions, like so many things came out of this entrepreneurship only. Otherwise, I think like this invention would not have been possible. So they are not in for money also. There are like some societal values they brought. So many things the entrepreneurs have done. So money is not the only motto for an entrepreneur as well. And then there is also a myth, to be an entrepreneur, we have to be young and restless. It's not true also. Like there is no age bar in this, I guess, because this KFC person, he started this KFC in his 60s, but the Oyo person, he started in his 20. Like, so I think there is no age difference in this scenarios, like. And entrepreneurs give little attention to their personal life. So like maybe in one extent it is true, because like when you are like starting, like you will be doing all the sorts of things. So like but the thing is, they can decide which point they can do the work extremely, and which point they can relax. So they have that freedom to choose their like working time and all these things. So it's not like they give little attention, but they work in times like more, and work like they relax at the time of their convenience. And most entrepreneurial ventures fail. That is also a myth, but that's not the case, because so many new companies have come. They are very successful as well. And there is also a myth, often they are like high tech wizards. In some cases it is true, but in some cases it's not really true. Like this there is a lady, like uh, she started her business in a cart in Marina Beach, and then like later on, like she becomes like several chain restaurants she started, and now like she has like 200 plus employees. Like, so it's not like always we need high tech wizard people to start a business. And then like there is a myth, you must wear all the hats. Yes, in the initial days, yes, you will be the like financier, you will be the manager, you will be the stock taking person, everything we will be doing it initially. But when you grow, like that's not the case. Like you just have to manage all the different sections. Like, so these are some of the myths about entrepreneurship, which everyone has to understand the reality or the fact, and then they have to move on to this entrepreneurship. So, and there is a difference between entrepreneurship and a bio entrepreneurship. Entrepreneur, they have like only the business risk, but when it comes to bio entrepreneurship, there is a business as well as scientific risk. We have to understand this before like we are venturing into this. So what are the different things, like, because when it comes to bio entrepreneurship, there is a biological uncertainty, because you will be dealing with organisms and how they behave, like that's not in our control. And then there are like several regulations, compliances, like guidelines. Those things we have to follow. And like it needs the incubation times, definitely it needs more time than the cash and carry business or the regular business, but the yield is also like much higher than that. Like, so it has an advantage as well, but initial times we have to like be like uh, patience to reach that stage. So it's easy to start, but it's challenging to grow. Like, we have to, like the Indian scenario also, we have to think like now the India has several advantage for the, it's an upcoming field in India. Like, so we have excellent network of research laboratories. There is a rich biodiversity and trained manpower. Like many educated persons are there. Like, and knowledge base is also there. And then like since it's a very populated country, there is an extensive clinical trial opportunities. And there are like well developed base industries like which can support the biotech sectors. These are the Indian advantages to start the biotech entrepreneur activities. So some facts about like Indian biotech industry, like 2% of the share, global share, like we have like our biotech industries. Like there are more than 800 companies, and India is among the top 12 biotech destinations in the world, and it has the second highest number of US FDA approved plants. And then like India government also, they envision like the biotech industry to grow into $100 billion industry by 2025. So Indian government has to invest a lot to achieve this aim. They have to invest a lot to develop the human capital, infrastructure, and research activity. So it's a correct time like to start a biotech industry in this in our country. So and startup India also have like given like so many now, like to register a company they have simplified so many things, so it made easier like to register a company, to start a company, and all these things. Like so the startup India, like they have given like so many supports to the like startups. They have like tax exemption for 3 years, and then they have like credit guarantee funding schemes, and then they started this Berak to promote the entrepreneurship activities, and so many incubators have been started, and they conduct like several annual startup fairs, like which gives idea to the people like to start some business, and then like they support also like given. Like so it's a very correct time to start a biotech activity related activity in the entrepreneurship sector. So coming to this, like what is an opportunity? In a business sense, it's an idea which has a commercial potential. So something you can make money with it, or like we can make a business around it or create value with it. So this is an opportunity. Like so how to recognize an opportunity, in what ways we can analyze it, and then choose how to choose from this opportunities which is suitable for you. Like there are several steps which is involved in it. First we have to like understand the customers needs and wants. Okay, so like whatever technology we invent or whatever we do, like if there are no customers, then like it's useless. So we have to understand the problems associated with it, and then what solutions we can offer for it. So we have to understand the customer needs and wants, and then like we have to analyze the environment, analyze or scan the environment. Like so like in what area like we would like to start the uh, company, and then what all the local resources available. So if I have to start a biotech industry there, like whether there will be suppliers for the chemicals, whether there will be suppliers from liquid nitrogen, like dry ice, so many things which is needed for your company to run, and what all the government new policies and regulations also we have understand, and then the import export data if it is available, like we can check all these things, and what all the industrial connections we can get in that area, and then the development projects by the public and the private sectors, and then technological breakthrough. For example, like this CRISPR Cas recently, like they have like in 2012 or something it came, but now it becomes a major topic for the biotech people, like for the diagnostics or well as for the therapeutics. Like so, and then like we have to like follow up the mass media and the electronic media also to get information about what is the current scenario in the country, like in this field. And then we have to do a self assessment. So we have to understand the customer needs, what is the environment
Ma'am,
around.
sorry to interrupt you, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Ma'am, can you please make it a full screen display of your PPT, ma'am?
It's full screen display only.
Ma'am, like a slideshow, ma'am.
Yeah, I made that as a slideshow. Now, like, is it like this?
No, ma'am.
Just a minute. From the beginning, it was I put that as a full screen display only. Like now,
No, ma'am.
okay. Maybe just a minute. I will stop the screen and then like again share it. Okay. Now is that okay?
Yeah, ma'am, it's fine, ma'am.
Okay. So just a minute. Yeah. So first we found the customer needs, and then we analyze the environment, and then we have to do a self assessment as well. Because like what type of experience we have, what knowledge we have, what are the skill sets like we gained from our previous experience, what is our financial ability, like which level we can go, and especially your interest, and then like what type of networking we have, like based on all the self assessment we have to do screen the business opportunities. And once when we choose the business opportunity, like we have to think about the competitive landscape, what are the legalities associated with it, and what would be the fixed capital requirement, working capital, and what all with the growth opportunities, like, and then like what is the risk associated with it, like what is the financial risk, like the currency, like exchange rate if we are doing some international business, like, so like these kind of things also, like it's needed, like for a business plan, like in advance, like so that we have a smooth running of the business in the initial days, like, so these are the things which we have to do, like in analyzing and choosing the opportunities, like for example, like in biotechnology, we have like the five major sectors, like the biopharma, bioservices, bioagri, and bioindustrial, and bioinformatics. Like, so what, like our skill set and all these things, which will fit in which sector we have to like identify, and within this sectors also there are several subsectors like available. So for example, if it comes to like agri biotechnology, we have like different things, food supply, like, so traditional complementary medicines we can extract from that, like, and then we can produce like some value added products. And like that in healthcare also we have different, like we can do like clinical trials, like develop some diagnostic tests and biomedical instruments, vaccines, contract manufacturing services. There are like within subsector there are so many like divisions, like, so we have to scan like which sector we will fit in our like to start our business. So we have to do this macro and the micro analysis. Macro is the major like biotechnology, and then micro is the in which sector under biotechnology like we can start our business based on our personal like assessment, and then the environmental assessments. So like so the major products in the like biotech industries, like in biopharma, like is like vaccines, diagnostics, therapeutics, like, and bioservices there are like so many like contract research services, like nowadays the clinical trials, like India is a very good place to do this clinical trials, like, and then in bioagri also, like there are so many fertilizers, biopesticides, so many things are like coming out. And bio industries, like the industrial enzymes are also booming up, like this will also like prevent this environmental, because so many chemicals usage would be avoided by using this industrial enzymes, like to catalyze many of the industrial reactions, like. And then like the bioinformatics also are playing a very big role, like in the current scenarios, like for example the COVID-19 issues, like so many informations, like during the gene analysis, so many things, like the bioinformatics has placed a major role in it, like. So these are the like major things available for the students to start their like entrepreneurial activities. For example, like during the COVID times, in the biopharma section, like in the vaccines when we take, like there are so many different options for the vaccine. So like it's like inactivated vaccines, some of them like making like weekend vaccines they are making. So like they are using viral vectors as vaccine, not the like the this virus. They will be using some like kind of a weekend measles virus or something to uh, as a tool, like as a vector to deliver the gene of this virus, like, and then like nucleic acids, like DNA, RNA vaccines, and protein based vaccine, like the protein subunit vaccine, and virus like particles. These are will be like the virus coating will be there, but inside the genetic materials will not be there. These are all different opportunities in the vaccine section itself. There are so many different types of vaccines, so each is an opportunity, like for everyone to start some of their business, like. So like in diagnostics, everyone would be like heard of this RTQ PCR nowadays, which is a standard test for the COVID 19. But there are also other test like RT lamp, which is like, I think like this Thiruvananthapuram Chitrai Tirunal, they have like invented, they have used this technique for the COVID-19 identification, and CRISPR based assays like and new microarrays, and like metagenomic sequencing. And there are also like the serology and immunology based assays also, like ELISA assay, like lateral. Each is a different opportunities, because we can start like these are all like diagnostic kit developed by different companies. Like, so these are all like are entrepreneurial opportunities for everyone, like for every the students, like which is available for them to test their talent and skills. Like, so like the microbes, like making money from microbes, biofertilizer, there are like nitrogen fertilizing, these are all like bacteria or like other fungus or something, like which can be used for making the biofertilizers. Because this fertilizers now, like we know, like they are like turning our soil into like inert. So to avoid these things, like by many people are going into the biofertilizer or organic fertilizer base. So now it's a good opportunity to start in this area as well. Like, so like there are different options in this biofertilizer as well. Like, so, and then like the industrial enzyme, I mentioned like the proteases, lipases, these kind of enzymes are used in different industries. Like, so like if we could isolate a microorganism and modify it to produce more of the proteases or lipases, and then we can start a industry based on that. Like, so there are like a few I have listed, there are plenty of this kind of industrial enzymes which people can work out, and then like start their own industry as well in this. Like, there are for animal feed, so many enzymes are involved. Like, even in detergents also they were using this proteases, lipases, and food industry amylases. So plenty of opportunities are available in this sector as well. Like, and now like the human microbiome based diagnostic, it's an emerging upcoming field. They say that in our human like body, like more than 90% of the cells are like based on the microbes, and only 10% of the human cells are there. Like, so it's a the microbiome include like bacteria, archaea, fungi, protists, and viruses. So plenty of we are living inside this organisms, we have to say. Like, and they play a key role in the host physiology, ranging from metabolism, like and then like to digest fats, and then it produce essential vitamins, and then they also play a key role in our immune system as self. Like, they say like it's a act as a first line of defense against pathogens. Nowadays they say this microbes as like a virtual organs itself, like because they play a huge role in our well-being. Like, so to like nowadays this microbiome based diagnostics also, like they analyze your like the microbiome inside your gut or the skin or different places, because the difference in the symbiosis is the um, like balance of this host microbiome. Like, in disease cases the dysbiosis happens. Like, so if we analyze a microbiome, like we would be able to come up with a solution for your diseases like in a better way. So the microbiome based diagnostic is also like upcoming field. Like, so we have opportunities in that area as well. Like, and there are like nowadays this personalized medicine is also like coming up, because like they say like so our human population has different like susceptibility to the drugs. Like, some will be more susceptible, some will be like require more medicine. So but we are giving like a uniform dose to, in a regular way we do a biochemical test, and then we do for all type of people we give the same type of medicines. But now like with the in like they do this genetic information from the human genomes, like, and then they give like how the patients will be able to, like they group the patients into different sectors, like not as an individual unique patient, but they classify the individuals, like how their susceptibility to different drugs and those things. So they group the individuals, and accordingly they give the medicine. So like this is also like the genetic analysis of the patient. So these are also like upcoming like opportunity, like to start like diagnostic in this area is also a very good opportunity for the students, like because they are all like newly coming, so it would be a good to start from the like when it is initial days, like so these are also like good opportunity for the students, like. And now like we can see like how the biotech responses to the health threats, like see when a pathogen is like for example if it is a COVID, like they do a genome sequence, and from that they find out the protein sequences, they do the structure prediction, they do like structure analysis, and then like they do protein engineering like for the vaccine candidates, they do in silico screening with the drug candidates. So and then they do like micro DNA microarrays to find out the diagnosis, like. So like with the like there are so many opportunities in each areas, like so these are all also like a good opportunity for a student to explore their like abilities or their strengths, like in the industrial sector, like. So and then like to know about all these happenings, like there are some journals like biospectrum, like they give information about like see like in this like they bio service sector how much it is increasing, like what is the opportunities for the contract manufacturing, like the industrial enzyme. So it's a monthly magazine, I guess, like the institution should like subscribe these kind of journals, and then we get update information about like they give also information about the biotech parks, the incubation centers in India, like so the different sectors like they give coverage each month, like so you will be updated about this information and what all the type of work like carrying on like in our country, all this kind of informations, like if we get read this journals, at least like go through this journals, like to get some idea or like updates about the happenings in the biotech sectors, like. And then like now like we have some idea, like and then like now the place where to start the business is also very important, because like the biotech sectors, like as I said, like it needs like finance, like lot of finance, like to start with, right? So the concept of incubators came, like so incubator is a kind of section 8 company, like they provide infrastructure, like um, they provide infrastructure, office space, lab space, and meeting room facilities, and like the common instrumentation facility. So we don't have to invest in these infrastructures initially. Once when we gain like some income, and then we can start considering like setting up your own laboratory. So before that, we can approach like any of the incubation facilities nearby, and then like you can start your venture, like in a like you can start like as an advice I would say, like think big but start small, like because initially we should not invest more in the infrastructure and all this things, like. And there are advantages also in this incubation sector apart from this regular support, like it's a platform to do networking, like you will be like seeing like many other entrepreneurs as well, like. And then they give like some management assistance, like there are also other supported services like IPR services, like the other services also, like the business incubators they provide, like access to bank loans, like help with presentation skills, like strategic partners, like access to angel investors, like so many things, like so many advantages are there, like when you start with an incubator, like. So and then it also gives a credibility to your business, because like when you start alone like somewhere else, nobody knows about it, and then nobody believes you that you have the good quality services or all these things. But when you start with an incubator, like it's an organization, so people will trust you, like and then whenever the incubation center like takes part in some activity, your company also will be advertised, and whenever some people from outside visits, like that's also will lead to an opportunity to meet them and then to gain the network. So these are all opportunities like available like when you are incubating in some incubations, like. So like when you want to start something, like I think like first you try with some incubation center first, then like slowly you move into a like separate company area or incubation center or the biotech park, like something like that. So there are like several biotech park all over India, and there are also several incubation centers like the BioNest supported by bio incubators like all over India, like. So and there are options also like for virtual incubation, like even if you are like from a remote area where you want to set up a small facility but you want to get the networking opportunities, even like there are like some virtual incubation opportunities as well, like. So now like the next thing is like about funding. Like so funding is a very key element in any business. Like so the funding sources like friends and family, angel investors, venture capitalists, and government platforms. Like mainly like in most of the cases, like people they start with their own money, bootstrapping, getting money from friends and families. It's not bad thing because like we should believe our business first. Then like I think like it would be able to convince others also like to fund you. Like so like eventually like when you are in like business contact with the incubators or the biotech park, you will come across the angel investors, venture capitalists, and then government platforms like EDA. They are also giving like some innovation voucher programs to start with, and some of the incubators they provide seed funding also to start with. So like we have to think about all these options like to start your business. Like so consideration is like funding is like we should think not only the present capital needs, but we also have to think about the future needs as well, like what we need for our infrastructure, working capital. Like if you want to develop some product, what is to develop a proof of concept, prototype development, and then how to validate it, like the clinical trials, everything, like the IPR requirements. Like we have to like think about all these things. Like so like we have to work out the financing needs down the lane. That's very important. Like and then like in terms of funding, we have to like think who am I, like in terms of what kind of entity I am, like whether I am in the initial stage or the middle stage, like and then what type of funding I am like eligible, or like what is available for me. Like and then like what is the stage of development of my company. Like these are all like we have to consider before applying for the funding. Like these are the stages of biotech and like ventures. Like very early stage, like we have an idea, like and then like in early stage maybe we have like a proof of concept, and then development we have a prototype. Like and then like there are different stages, and depending on the stage there are different types of funding as well. Like so for example now like we will like little bit like we can see about this very early stage like funding, like early stage development funds. Like so one such big funding is the big grant, like biotechnology ignition grant. Like every year twice a year they announce the call, and then like up to like 45 days there it will be open. Like so we can prepare login. Like they will like there are like some big partners associated with it. They will help you with your like proposal, like all these things they give. Like we have to approach this big partners like to mentor you, monitor you, like and all these things. Like they give like up to 50 lakhs for a funding, like for the 18 months of time. Like so this is like idea stage or like the proof of concept stage. Like this kind of funding will be like very helpful. Like so this like also like we like as an individual also people can apply, but once when we get this grant we have to be associated with some incubation center, or you should have a own facility. It's better like to be associated with an incubation center, and through the incubation center like if you approach the big partners, it would be like easy, like or like it would be like much more helpful to apply and get this grant. Like so this is a early stage funding grant. So and then like there are also like prism and like different types of funding like for the early stage uh, companies. Like so TDB, Technology Development Board, also has some funding options. And then like SIBRI, that's also like a big grant. Like they have like a funding of it's like a follow-up grant of the big. Like so after this big, like they approach, usually people approach for this type of funding. Like so there are also like apart from this early stage fund, there are also technology development fund. Like once when you develop the technology, that's a proof of concept fund. This is development fund. And then like once when you develop the validation fund, like because we have to, the patent protection is very important. So there are also like funding opportunities for the patent protection. And then market assistance funds also. The different stages, the government has different funding options to guide you through, like till you become commercially successful. Like so these are the funding sources like for different stages, like for the innovation idea like big prism and all. So when you have a proof of concept, this BIP, TDB, these kind of funding. Like when you want to do a validation trial, like the CRS phase, And then commercialization also different funding. So like different stages, like there are different funding options. So we are in which stage, like we have to analyze and then apply for this funding schemes. Like, so these are all the key funding sources. Like about this, like whatever I listed, like if you go through their website, the DBT, DST, BIRAC website, like MSME website, like, so if you go through their websites, like you will be like getting updates about like what all the calls going on now, like, and then which type of activities they support. All these things we will get some idea, and based on that we can apply for this type of fundings. Like, so, and there are also like social innovation immersion programs. This is like mainly like, so like once when you identify a problem, you find a solution, right? Like this program is like they have three thematic areas, like maternal and child health, aging and health, waste to value clusters. So what they do is like they give like fellowship for the students, like to find out the problems in this area, and then like after finding out the problems, what will be their like solutions for it. Like, so like even if you don't know like where to start also, they give like some topic, and then we have to find the like what all the problems associated in that area and what type of solutions you can provide. Like, so even to that level also, like they are giving, for example, this Dhanvantri Biomedical, like they got this social innovation immersion program. They like aging and health, like so like they develop some wheelchair kind of thing, like which defecation facility and all these things, like, so which helps like to the mobility of the patients, like very sick patients. Like, so they like once they receive this SIIP, and then like later on they got this big grant as well. So we can like work out in that way also. Like we have to start from the problems, and then like we can go through step by step. Like these are all will be like good for the students, like to start with. And then there is also like the biotechnology entrepreneurship like student team, like which is like DBT and Able India, like together they sponsor this. Like they, it's a prize scheme like for the biotechnology entrepreneurship students. Like, so there are also different areas in this. Like the proposal should be like related in this area: biomedical devices, artificial intelligence, like wastewater treatment. There are like they have like if we have proposals in that related area, we can apply for, the students can apply for these competitions. And then like once when they gain this awards and all, like you will be like automatically like directed by plenty of people like to different possible schemes and all these things. So this would be an entry point, like even though it's like 5 lakh cash award or something, but this will be like entry point for a student to become an entrepreneur. Like, so I encourage all of you to try for this kind of like competitions as well. Like, and then these are the important web links, like where like you will get idea about the different funding options. Like, so, and then like we can see like from examples, like few examples from nearby like places, like nearby incubation centers, what type of companies are there, like what kind of work they do. For example, Imugenics Biosciences, they are like into the immunology, microbiology, and bioinformatics services. They do like NGS sequencing, and they do like research on like CRISPR based diagnostic. And similarly, like they are all incubated in Crescent Innovation. I am also a virtual incubator in Crescent Innovation Incubation Council, which is located in like Vandalur. Like, and there is this Vice Corner Lab. They do like this protein docking studies, like, and like protein NMR, MS analysis, bioinformatics. Like they are also like into CRISPR-Cas therapeutics. And then the OMG lab, they do like synthetic and natural chemistry things for the life science. It's a base industry for a life science sector. Like, and then Cell to Cure, like they were into like the diabetes cure through a stem cell therapy. Like, and Pharmagain, like it's into the Pharmagain is into the agri sector. They have developed some sensor to detect like the whether the plants require, like what time the plant require nutrients and water, and based on that, with minimal the fertilizers, water, like how you can increase the yield. Like in some cases the yield is very high. They claim the like several tons they have increased So these are all the different kind of approach. Like this is like a physics combined or artificial intelligence combined agri sector thing. And then uh, uh, like ONM also, like they are into the synthetic chemistry. The OMG labs are into the protein based. They have like the moringa protein, and then like soy protein. They have isolated this proteins in the it's a functional food kind of. Agri it is like a developing some the green house for the uh, agriculture sector. They wanted to like put in like acres like of this greenhouse for controlling the conditions for the crops to have a better yield. And then there are also like a Siriseri like biotech park which is like located in Siriseri, like it's exclusively for the women entrepreneurs. They also like do plenty of activities. Like it's a very wonderful incubation center come a biotech park. So there are also different companies who are working on microbiological testing for food industries, like generation of like bioclone generates monoclonal and polyclonal antibodies. Aranya Biosciences, they are like into a integrative research field. And then Microgo, like recently during this COVID time, they gained like much importance because they have designed a different delivery system for the microbial control. For example, they have like some patch kind of thing which can be placed on the door. Like so, when you touch the door, always this and the sanitizers will come into your hand. Like by without knowing, you will be like getting like sanitized. And they also put their devices in the Minambakam airport for the sanitizers, different types of this one. So they have designed a different delivery systems. Like it's all the sanitizer. The basic thing is the same, but they have designed a different delivery system, like adapting to the different environment. And Bioneem Tech also, like it's a natural product chemistry and microbiology oriented company. And then diabetic research is also like they have like some companies like. And then like bio cosmetics, like from several herbs they have like beautiful bio cosmetics. Kriya like is a very good company in this bio cosmetics area. And then like this Asian aromatics, like they isolate like curcumin and like several compounds like which are like used for different purposes, they isolate. And then food supplements, like. And then there are like some medical device companies as well, like Adio Diagnostic. It's like they develop a fluorescent based sensor for identifying the wounds, like whether it's a gram negative bacteria or it's a gram positive bacteria. They want to identify with the just with the sensor. They would like to identify this, like. And this kind of companies so. And then like in IITM incubations, like these are all the incubation centers like around Chennai. Like just go through their websites. Like so, for example, like in IITM, they have like Tivanam. Tivanam is like food for the animals, right? They have like developed some immunity boosters like for the shrimp aqua industries, like so prebiotics, like a small form, like minute form, like. And then this Meda, like they develop like they for the next generation sequence analysis, like big data bioinformatics, like so. And like Sysgen, like for example, they are into the veterinary health issues. They address the veterinary health issues. And QBiome, like if you want to do like for example industrial enzyme, you need fermentation facilities, so they provide consultancy services. So consultants and services also can be an entrepreneurship activity, like so. And then Trough Bio, they develop they are developing like some medical diagnostics for communicable as well as non-communicable diseases. This JSP Enviro, like they are like developing some nano based technology for treatment of the industrial effluents, like so. These are the companies which are near our areas, which like as they started some companies, they are growing. And there are also very grown Indian players like Biocon. They produce this recombinant insulin. And then plenty of the Bharat Serum, they are like developing like some hepatitis vaccines. Like there are like major Indian players also in the biotech sectors, like. And then like there are like MNCs also scripting success in India. Like there are these are the different companies, like they provide different kinds of life science supporting devices, or like services, like or the chemicals, like so many things, like so we have so many different opportunities in the related field as well. Like so like now like we have seen like what how to screen the opportunity, or how to like get funding, or how to start in a place or something. But at the same time we have to think about like some startup failures also. Like so because then it's a good, always good to be prepared actually. Like so there are different stages. Like so initial stage, definitely we should not give up, because it's not like a cash and carry business where like you invest where immediately you can get cash. So at least for 3 4 years, like it will be like we have to sustain, like then like the growth will be good. But the initial few years we have to be like patient, like, and then do your work like peacefully. And then I think that would be a if you cross this valley of death, I think then like it would be a good journey. Like so there are several reasons for this failure also. No market need, like running out of money, like that's why like the running out of money is very important thing. Like so because like we should not like invest so much on your infrastructures and all the things. Like we have to minimally, like because they say like 1 rupee saved is equal to 1 rupee earned. So we have to do a financial thing like very carefully. And then we have the pricing and cost issues also, like very important. How to price for your product and all these things. And then lack of passion, there are so many legalities associated with that. Like there are so many reasons for this. These are the main top 20 reasons they claim, like for the startups to be failure. And then sometimes the bad marketing, like customer neglect, those are all the major things like which will affect your startup activities. So some tips is like know your business in depth. So like even if you start with the little knowledge also, we have to work out and see like where we can improve, like in which areas we are lacking, because no one would be like good in. And then it's good to have a team with complementary skills. If you are like good in technical, the other your partner, choose your partner who has the ability for the administration, who has good in marketing. Like so it's good to have a people with complementary skills, because you don't have to worry about the entire thing. Like so you can divide your work, and then like it would be much more easier. And then and it's good to have a solid business plan as well. And as I said, like the manager financial resources effectively, that's very important. And then learn, like because always like it's good to be updated. Otherwise I think in the like every time like some new things are coming, like so we have to. And then like hire people like for innovation, as I said, the team, innovation, technical, management, different people. Like when you grow like slowly, like hire people like who are like compatible with you, like, and then who is like not in the same thinking, but we have like some complementary like people. Like and then more important, like we have to be physically fit and consume good health and avoid addiction, because these are all also a very key point in your growth. Because like once when you are healthy only, we can think many things. Otherwise, so this is also a very important point, like to avoid failure. And significance of bio, why we need bio entrepreneurs. Like because like the bio technology has provided several products which will combat disease. Like now we know the things, like how much we are dependent on this kind of like when this medicine will come, like for the COVID-19. And there are also like this biotechnology thing, like which protects the environment. For example, the industrial enzymes, like previously like to clean the leather and all, they used chemicals which is very harmful. Nowadays they came up with several enzymes to treat this for the leathers. And then like in detergents also, like they wanted to implement this industrial enzyme, like to avoid this to protect this environment. And then with the like biotechnology invention, so the crop yield, so many things have improved it. So it has the potential to heal, feed and fuel. Like there are also like many people working on biofuels. Biofuel is also a very good field to for you to start the business. As well as like now this antimicrobial resistance is a very threatening issue. Like so people can work out on this also. Like if they have like some innovative solutions for this, like to address these things also, would be a good entrepreneurship opportunities. And make other useful products. Like So, and it is the second largest economy like in the world, like so. And then the growth is projected to be around 487 billion by 2024. And then we should try a capture a good share of this projected growth by like our innovation and all these things. Like in this way we can give employment to others, like we can promote entrepreneurship, like so. Bio entrepreneurship is a very important domain, like to be like in India at least very important. Like so, compelling reasons why we need entrepreneurs. So 90% of the jobs are created by entrepreneurs. Like they are the problem solvers. So many solutions came up with this industry sector people. They are the source of new products. During the COVID time, we know like so many things like they have created um, for the mask itself, for the inhaler, so many new ideas people came out, like and then ventilators, like so many Indian based ventilators companies came out, uh, so many new innovations came out, like so it is the entrepreneurs like that keeps the economy moving, not the bank. So entrepreneurship activity should be improved like to get a good economy. So the final last word, like so don't let your dreams be dreams, so the dreams has to be like reality. So, and thank you very much for your attention. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am, for your very interesting and enlightening session. Shall we move on to question answer session, ma'am?
Yeah.
The first question we have is from Dr. Vidya Sarat Chandra. Her question is, what will be the range of processing time in any incubation center for the startup approval?
uh, for the processing time, it does not take much in any incubation center. I think they will ask you to submit a proposal, and then they will ask you to give a presentation, and then like you can even like to get into incubation center, you don't have to register your company also, like you just have to apply your idea, like and then give a presentation to them, and then I think like within 2 3 months like you will be able to start the incubation, like and then sometimes some incubators they give for 6 months like initially, and some incubations they give like for 3 years, like it depends on the incubation center, like the period where you can be incubated, like so. But the procedures are at least like where the incubation centers where I applied, like Golden Jubilee Biotech Park and the CIC, all these things, like the it's not a very complicated process. You have to give a nice business proposal, and then you have to do a nice proportion, like nice presentation in front of the committee. I think nowadays this business with the biotech park and all, the rent and all is very reasonable, like so it's a not a very tough process, like and it varies from incubation centers to centers, like actually.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Ramesh Srinivasan. He has put forth two questions for you, ma'am. The first question is that what are the base legalities for a startup of a new biotech company clearance? The second
So
question is,
nowadays, uh-huh. Yeah, I can see the question actually. Like, so the thing is nowadays the basic legality in the sense like we have to register your company. The name you should be registered. Usually, nowadays there are like some service providers like Vakil Search. They will do this entire thing like for you, like registering your company. Like who are all your partners? They should be registered. That's called DIN number. You have to get your DIN number, and then like you have to register your name for the company, and like you have to get a DSC token. If you are registering as a LLP or a private limited company, you need the DSC token. But all these things like for a reasonable amount, like Vakil Search kind of companies, they like you can approach lawyers as well, like but this Vakil Search and all these companies are good in handling these kind of things. They do all the basal work to start a company. And what are the biohazard so once when you start the company, like usually when you are in an incubation center, like you don't have to worry about this kind of biohazard management, because they would do all the things for you, like but when you want to start the biohazard things, like you have to apply this pollution control board and see like what type of work you are carrying out, and then based on that, like they will like give you like different types of instructions, like or different types of approaches. First you have to approach this pollution control board, like go through the pollution control board, like the terms and conditions, then you will be like knowing like relevant to your industry what all the certifications you need for that, like.
The next question is from Adira AS. On what basis does the interview question would be asked for a life science candidate?
What basis so it depends on the job profile, actually. Like we have to look for, like when you apply for a company, like for the job profile, like what type of expectations they have. Based on that, like they have that kind of questions, and then they generally nowadays, like people also having this behavioral interview questions, like so why they want to select you, like what way you will like what way you will be beneficial, like when you how many, like from 5 years on, like where you will be, you think, like there are some type of behavioral questions also, like somebody, so like nowadays are like they are asking. But this interview questions will be like relevant to the job profile we apply, and the skill set what you have like quoted in your like CV, like so based on that, like the questions will be like, but there are generally this behavioral questions as well, like so nowadays they are also like gaining importance, because whether the person will be able to work in a team, like all this thing they want to assess. So these type of questions also they ask nowadays, like.
The next question is from Elamal S. Nano
Mhm.
formulation is important or not in industry?
Nowadays I think like this nano formulation is gaining importance, nano curcumin, many things, like nano silver coated, like so I think like it is gaining important in industry, yes.
The next question is from Keshavardhini SV. Is there an
Mhm.
opportunity to start up entrepreneurship in nutrition field? Can you suggest me guidelines, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, there are like nowadays this functional foods, like so many people are like talking about this functional food. Definitely in nutrition field, there are for example, like some company in the incubation center, the Crescent Innovation, also they are making some Anupana, like drink for this thing. And then I said about this OMG company, right? They are like protein based food, soy based, or like the moringa leaf based. So like so many, I think this functional food is also like gaining importance nowadays, definitely, like. And I would suggest like please go through these incubation centers, like which are like in Chennai or like the Bangalore, like C camp, those incubation center, and see what kind of companies like are like there, like there are so many companies based on this nutritional. For example, this Kriya Life Science also, they are making like cosmetics as well as different products also out of it. And then Heavenly Fuels also, they are making like some herbal things. And yeah, there are so many companies based on functional foods, like so definitely there is an opportunity. But I would suggest like follow this like the biospectrum kind of like journals, and like go through the websites of this different incubation centers and see what is the company profile. Because in the one place you will get so many information about different types of companies. Go through the like the PhD colleges incubation center, nowadays so many like Anna University has an incubation center. Go through this incubation centers or the biotech parks and see the company profiles, and you will get some idea, like because different fields are there, like so we can see like what kind of opportunity we can utilize from there. Definitely yes, the nutrition field, yes.
The next question we have is from BPR Creations. What are the future studies I can do after BSc Nutrition, ma'am? Can you suggest some places in Chennai?
Future studies for nutrition. Can you suggest some places? Hmm. So I don't have much idea about actually BSc nutrition studies, but I think like again I would say like different courses like Anna University or that kind of premier institute. You just check what all the courses, MKU, all the things, like you just go through their website and see what are the courses available for the nutrition based studies, uh, uh, like I don't know exactly what is the study, but I would say like definitely you go through the different universities website, like, and then see what all the relevant studies. Like there are also like so many the hotel management things are also coming up, and I think like we have to go through these things, and then like we can get some idea about like what type of courses exist in this, because even I don't have much direct answer to it, but you have to go through the different universities website and see what kind of courses they listed, and that's what, like, now I don't have any correct answer for it actually.
The last question we have is from Yamuna Ranganathan. Can you suggest the guidelines for biocosmetic project, ma'am?
Yeah, so biocosmetic project, actually this I said about Kriya Biosciences, right? I think most of the companies in biotech park, they conduct workshops as well, like workshops, training during the summer internship. So just apply to them, like, and then get some guidance like through that kind of companies, like where they do this herbal extractions for the biocosmetics. Like they conduct, like most of these companies, they conduct some training programs, especially during the summer, or the summer holidays or the winter holidays. Like just apply to them, like, and then like get some basic info. And usually the incubation centers also like conduct some training in different related areas. I would suggest for the biocosmetics, Kriya life sciences and the Golden Jubilee Biotech Park would be like good. Like you just approach them and then see like what kind of input you get from them. Like there are also like some more companies, I guess, like should be available, but I know this Kriya, like they were doing the biocosmetics, like, so you can approach them and then get trained there, and then you can start your business as well, like, or go attend their workshop and get some idea about this biocosmetics related.
Thank you, ma'am. With this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you once again, ma'am, for your very
Yeah,
interesting and
thanks a
informative.
lot for the opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Krishna Prema ma'am, and thank you, Dr. Sangeeta, and thank you for the Etiraj students team, and for giving me this opportunity, and all the very best to all of you. Like,
Thank you.
thank you.
Dear participants, I request you to fill up the feedback form being posted on the chat box to receive your e-certificate.
Yeah,
Now
and
I
if
call
possible,
me. Yes, ma'am.
if possible, share the feedback form with us. Okay. Bhavani, sorry.
I now
I
call
said,
upon Lakshmi to propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning to everyone present here. Thankfulness is the quickest path of joy. With this quote, I take immense pleasure in giving the vote of thanks on behalf of Etiraj College to everyone who worked hard in making this webinar a grand success. First of all, I would like to thank God Almighty for showering His blessings upon us and making this event come to life. I would like to thank both the speakers of our 2 day session. The speaker for our second day, Dr. Saumini Kumaran. Thank you so much for your informative session, ma'am. And the speaker for the first day, Mr. Naveen Dubey, founder and CEO of the Naveen Dubey. I would like to extend my gratitude to the chairperson, Mrs. Chandra Devi Tanikachalam, our principal, Dr. S. Godai, and our vice principals of both aided and self-supporting stream, Dr. Usha Rani and Dr. Usha Priya. I would especially like to thank our department head, Dr. K. Krishna Prema, for her immense support and all other staff of our department. Without their help, this wouldn't have been possible. And then I would like to thank my fellow organizers who stood by the quote, teamwork makes the dream work, and worked really hard to make this event come true. Finally, I would like to thank all the participants for spending their time with us in this 2-day webinar. Thank you for participating. I would like we please fill up the feedback forms which is available in the live chat in YouTube. And this is an information for the participants that certificates will be provided to participants who participated in both the day seminars. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot. Please share
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
feedback.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you very much
Thank you, ma'am.
for all of it. Thank you. Thank you. Shall I leave now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.